What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jake Pizzy and we're back with another video. Today we're going to be going over Labrynth as promised. I promised you guys that I'll bring you guys a Labrynth deck, and boy is this deck so good. Alright, so we're going to jump straight into the replays. Okay. Alright, so the first one, we're going to be going first, and I believe I was able to pull off half the combo here, right? Yeah, see there, I draw into chandelier, so you guys are going to see how the chandelier engine, the furniture engine works. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to use that furniture engine, right? So here we're going to go ahead and see our opponents set up Welcome Labrynth and Big Welcome Labrynth and Lady Labrynth, right? So big tip for you guys, I try to have Lovely on field when Lady's on field, because if you activate your trap while Lovely's on field, your opponent can't respond to them. So that means that you can always chain your Lady, right? So keep that in mind. If you have Lovely on field, your opponent cannot respond, so your Lady always goes through, all right? Like, let's keep on going. Right, so he's gonna go ahead and activate Lady. I'm trying to get Lovely on field somehow, but then I think I changed my plays based on what he set, right? So he set Eradicate Epidemic Virus. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go ahead and set up my Lady, because he can't chain anymore. And he's gonna go ahead and summon Lovely, which means that I can respond, but we're gonna go ahead and activate Dogmatic Punishment so we can use our Lovely in response. Yeah, you see right here, your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to the activation, right? So they can't ash you, right? So that's how you block the ash. If you're able to get Lovely on field, you can activate your Big Welcome, and they cannot activate Ash Blossom, right? So keep that in mind. That is a protection in there, okay? We're gonna go ahead and pop his Lovely with Dogmatic Punishment, and he's just gonna go ahead and activate his Stovey and activate his Chandelier, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and activate Big Welcome. He's gonna also activate Cool Clock, and I'm like, oh shit, now he has Eradicated set up now basically. And what I'm gonna have to do is make sure that I don't have any traps that I really care about. We do have Terrors of the Overroot, but we can play it out until we force him to Eradicator. So right here, he's gonna go ahead and Eradicator. I think this is too early. He calls traps too early, so this is how you will play around Eradicator. Try to avoid setting up your traps, so that when they do Eradicator, there's nothing really much that they could do to you. And remember, in the mirror match, you just have to get Lady on field, because Lovely can't beat over it. And usually when you're playing against Labrynth, their Lady is going to be in defense mode. Not many people know how to make sure that their Lady is not in defense mode, right? So I'm going to run through that with you guys too, exactly how you could actually dodge Lady being in this defense mode, right? So we're going to go ahead and activate Cool Clock, activate Chandelier. We're going to go ahead and set Big Welcome Labrynth. Lady is going to activate to come to the field, and now the turn is going to be mine, and that means I have a free activation of Big Welcome. We're going to go ahead and activate Big Welcome. We draw into Call by the Grave. Really quickly, I swapped out Call by the Grave for Keldo and Kelback. The reason is because I found it more useful against Tier, and the Call by the Grave, once you really learn how to play around the whole Ash Blossom thing, you can get away with not having to Call by the Grave, right? So here we go. Lady's gonna go ahead and activate. He's gonna activate his Big Welcome. He's gonna be able to banish my Lady, or I think he went after Ariana. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and set Imperm so we can Imperm anything he brings to the field. He's gonna get my Cool Clock, banish one of my Ladies, which is cool. We're gonna go ahead and put Lovely on field. Since he has nothing on the back row, I'm like, okay, perfect. I could pop his Lady. That means that we traded for a positive and he traded on a negative, and we get to resolve our effects. He also gets to resolve his effects, but unfortunately for him, he's already activated his Big Welcome Labrynth this turn. So he can't bounce with Big Welcome Labrynth, and the most he could do is set Welcome Labrynth, right? He's gonna be able to add Chandelier back to hand, add Stovey, special summon Stovey to the field. I'm gonna be able to add Chandelier back to my hand. Go ahead and set my Welcome Labrynth. We popped the face down trap because we couldn't target Lady anymore. He's gonna try to activate Stovey. Since I don't have Stovey in rotation, we're gonna go ahead and Call by the Grave that. There's no reason for me not to Call by the Grave that to stop that right there, because I don't want him to set up for next turn. And that basically is what wins the duel, right? Because he can't set up for next turn, he can't win this duel. So we draw into Epidemic Virus. That's going to get popped, but we have Lovely to bring it back from the graveyard. We're going to go ahead and search Labrynth, because in the mirror match, this helps so much. We're going to activate Cool Clock, activate my Welcome Labrynth, and go ahead and pop his Lovely, and we can actually special summon Lady here and just go for game, right? So we would have been able to pop his hand, the trap in his hand off of our Lovely, and Lovely set Eradicate a Virus, right? So let's jump straight into the next replay. This one's not going to be a mirror match. All right, we're back, boys. Using the beautiful ladies again. All right, so here I'm going to show you guys exactly what the Medora engine does. I see my opponent is playing a 60 card deck. I'm like, okay, that's probably a graveyard deck, so we're going to go straight into Abyss Dweller. The reason is because I have Welcome Labrynth and we have Dogmatic Punishment, which means we could get rid of a card on the field. He's going to activate Call by the Grave. We're going to activate Abyss Dweller, and this is another tech card that I've been playing. Gravekeeper's Trap is so powerful in this deck, yo. You're going to see what I do to this guy. I'm going to basically lock him up for 2 turns straight. All right, so we're going to go ahead and negate the Gamma so he can't activate that, and then Abyss Dweller is going to activate to be able to turn off his graveyard, so he can't really do anything in the graveyard anymore. He's going to go ahead and banish my Medora. Call by the Grave, doesn't matter, we only have one of it. We're going to go ahead and special summon Lovely. Because he has no face ups, we can't activate Punishment, so we're just going to use Lovely to go ahead and set Gravekeeper's Trap. He had Rhino set, so I tried to attack it with Abyss Dweller, didn't work out. Right here, I chose not to go into Zeus. I felt like Dweller was better, and I knew what he had in hand, right? He has Gamma in hand, so he's going to try to activate Gamma again, and we could just actually Gravekeeper's Trap him again. Doesn't matter, and he's going to take 2,000 damage again, right? So at this point, he's like, damn, all he has to do is attack me with his monsters, and that's game, right? And here he's going to go ahead and activate Diviner, and I think he just backs out because we could just pop Diviner, open up his field for next turn, and that's it. So he scoops it up. So it's very easy to make Dweller in the deck once you have Keldo, and I also run Ariana. So if I join to Keldo and Medora, I have a Dweller. If I join to Ariana, I also have a Dweller, if they don't stop my Ariana plays, right? So let's jump into another replay. All right, boys, another replay, right? So this one's against Branded, but we went first and we draw into full engine gas, right? So the reason why I sent Lady is because we have access to her with Big Welcome next turn, which is fine. How you pull this off on first turn to be able to activate your Big Welcome is that you activate Stovey. No, you activate Clock first. You always want to activate Clock first. And then once you activate Stovey, your Clock will special summon, which makes your Big Welcome live, right? So we now have the ability to do that. We can pop a card in our opponent's hand because Clockwork comes back to the hand, and Stovey is going to be able to special summon itself back and be able to line up the plays for next turn. And we're going to be able to set Big Welcome pass. We have Ash Blossom and we have Big Welcome in our hand and Clockwork, right? So we have access to full gas right now, and I'll show you guys exactly how we get that gas on the field, right? So we're going to go ahead and activate Big Welcome to the response of his fusion deployment. We're going to go ahead and activate Clockwork as well. This is going to make my trap that I set off of my Lady live. So Big Welcome is going to activate, special summon Lady to the field, bring Stovey back to the hand. He's going to go ahead and show Grand Goal, special summon Blazing Cartesia, doesn't matter. We're going to go for the pop for a card in his hand because we know that he searched Branded Fusion. Maybe we'll get lucky, right? We're going to go ahead and activate Stovey so I can set my Welcome Labrynth. It's not going to be Big Welcome this time. He's going to activate his Cartesia to fusion into Grand Goal. I know that he has Branded Fusion in his hand, so we just have to hold on to this Ash Blossom as long as possible. We didn't get to pop it there. We popped McCourier. That's so unfortunate. Clockwork is going to activate to special summon to the field. His Grand Ghoul is going to be able to dump when I added Clockwork back to my hand. So he dumps his Lubellion, and we're just going to go ahead and Ash Blossom the Branded Fusion. And that's it for my opponent's turn. There's nothing he can do there. We're going to go ahead and activate Welcome Labrynth. Chain Lady to Welcome Labrynth to be able to set Gravekeeper's Trap. I don't want him to activate no Gravekeeper hate. And then special summon my Ariana add Chandelier. So now we have full engine in rotation, right? So we're going to go ahead and activate Lovely, set Big Welcome, activate Cool Clock so we can activate a trap card that's put on the field this turn. We're going to go ahead and special summon Lady to the field, and then we're going to activate Lovely to pop his Grangle, but I completely forgot that he had Branded Opening in the graveyard, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Ariana, add Labrynth, go into battle. I 100% should have attacked into the Grangle first so that he wasn't able to bring back his Aluber, but you know, people make mistakes. It doesn't really matter, right? We're going to go ahead and set Gravekeeper's Trap. He's going to try to activate, but because we have Gravekeeper's Trap and we activated Stovey this turn, we could go ahead and negate the effect of his cards in the graveyard this turn, right? So it's very simple where Clockwork, it just sometimes at the end of your turn, it gives you just enough gas to be able to activate a trap that you need to activate to stop your opponent from playing the game, right? So usually graveyard is where people make their plays on your end turn. So if you have Clockwork in your hand, I fully advise activating Clockwork at the start of your turn. Clockwork should always be your first activation in this entire deck, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys why with the combo, okay? On to the next replay. All right, so here we go again. You see it's not our turn, but we drew into full engine on our opponent's turn, okay? So Clockwork plus Chandelier is full engine on our opponent's turn. I didn't use it here because my daughter was in my hand. I could actually show you guys proof of that, right? That's funny. So we're gonna go ahead and activate Extravagance just to draw 2 cards, and then here we have full engine. This here is full engine. We have Clockwork, Stovey, and Chandelier. And I'm going to show you guys the combo guide to exactly how to use these 3 all together, okay? He's going to go ahead and special summon his Ariana. Doesn't really matter. We're going to special summon Lady to the field because he activated Ariana. And that's the thing about the mirror match. Your Lady is always live, right? So he's going to go ahead and activate Big Welcome. We're going to activate Lady. He's going to chain Imperm. I wasn't too worried about the Imperm, so I just allowed it. You know, it's not a big deal. We don't need any traps because we already have Punishment, and Punishment gives us a pop 2 on our opponent's turn, right? He's going to go ahead and special summon Lady, bring back his Ariana to his hand. Again, guys, in the mirror match, Labrynth is going to be your best friend, okay? We're going to go ahead and activate Clockwork, activate my Furniture Engine, go ahead and special summon Clockwork back to the field because the card was discarded, and then Big Welcome Labrynth to activate here. His Lady is going to activate, doesn't really matter. He's going to activate Cool Clock. Now it does matter because whatever he sets, he can activate it. And I have no clue what this trap back here is. So he goes into Eradicated Epidemic Virus. We're going to go into Lovely. And because this is when he chose to go into it, we're able to go ahead and pop his Eradicator. So we don't really have to worry about that, right? So then Stovey is going to activate. Chandelier is going to activate to add back to the hand. And Lovely is going to activate. I did go for his hand because I wanted to get rid of his Ariana. We're going to go ahead and set Big Welcome. And then right here, we go into Mudcracker. Remember, I have no clue what this card here is back here. So I'm like, okay, let me go into Mudcracker. Mudcracker offers me some protection. So we go into battle. He's going to activate Mirror Force. Mirror Force. But guess what? Mudcracker's first effect. If a monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can tribute 1 fiend monster instead. Come on, yo. Mudcracker is broken, okay? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attack, but we had to tribute our Lady to be able to stop all my cards from being destroyed. We tried to crash into his Lady Labrynth, which I thought was a smart idea, but he's gonna go ahead and activate Big Welcome to bounce my Labrynth. That doesn't really matter. I don't really care. We're going to activate Big Welcome, special summon Lady to the field, bring Ariana back to the hand for follow-up next turn. Lovely is going to activate to pop a card in his hand, and we're going to activate our Stovey and Chandelier engine to be able to have Clockwork live now, right? So we can actually set Welcome Labrynth from our deck to the field, but we already have it on field, right? So what I would try to do here is with Lady, we're going to try to set up an Eradicated Virus because we know our opponents is running trap cards. So right here in the end phase, I'm like, perfect. He has no plays. Look at this. Look at these plays. We're going to activate Clockwork. Use Welcome Labrynth, right? Chain it to Clockwork so we're able to set up Lady, and Lady's going to be able to set Epidemic Virus from the deck. And then now we have Epidemic Virus on the field. We can special summon a second Lady. Clockwork is going to allow us to activate Epidemic Virus, and then we're just going to call traps, and our opponent is just going to scoop it up, right? So I can't wait to show you guys the combo with Stovey, Chandelier, and Clockwork, yo. It's such a nice combo. All right, on to one more duel. All right. One more duel. This is the last duel. So I had switched out Gravekeeper's Trap for Torrential Tribute, so that's why you guys are seeing it here in this duel, okay? Just making sure you guys know that, right? Because I was doing a lot of testing, so I was switching out traps ever so often. Torrential Tribute helps you against Dark World, right? So when they special summon a whole bunch of their monsters, you want to wait until they have only 2 cards in their hand, pop the entire field. Trust me, okay? It's won me a lot of duels, all right? So here we go. We're going to activate Max C. My opponent's going to get scared. He's going to set 5 back row, and I'm like, oh shit, let me try for the Epidemic Virus, right? Why not? He already set the 5 back row. Let me just try for it. We have Chandelier, we have Clockwork, and we have Torrential Tribute and Welcome Labrynth set. Which means if we could get Big Welcome to the field and activate Big Welcome, we can have Eradicator on my turn. And my opponent definitely don't have nothing to respond to that, right? So here we go. We're going to go ahead and activate Clockwork. And then we activate Chandelier, discard the Ash. We know we're playing against Traptrix. I should have held the Ash for Sarah, but I'm like, nah, let's just go for it. We're going to go ahead and activate my Welcome Labrynth here. Activate Big Welcome, Chain Lady to Big Welcome. He can't activate anything because this is in his end phase. His Sarah is going to activate the special summon. We're going to go ahead and set Dogmatica Punishment because I realized that I just needed to pop the monsters on the field. So we go ahead and we get Lovely instead of going into something else. We're going to be able to draw into Medora, which means we have a discard now because Chandelier is going to come back to the hand, so on our turn we have a discard and we could shuffle back, right? And that's actually what's going to win me the duel. When he sees that he can't activate his traps, we're going to go ahead and activate Dogmatica Punishment, Chain Lady to the Dogmatica Punishment, and then Chain Clockwork. Again, guys, you always want to make sure that you have Clockwork live no matter the turn, right? You always, if you have Clockwork in hand, try to activate it. He's going to activate Gravekeeper's Trap. I think after this duel is when I started using Gravekeeper's Trap because I saw how powerful it was. We're gonna go ahead and pop the monster that he special summoned off of his Sarah. We're gonna activate our Enthys to pop another card on the field and Lovely to pop a card on the field. Our opponent tries to target Lovely right here, but we're just gonna go ahead and activate Big Welcome, bounce Lovely back to my hand so that the target misses and we're still able to pop a card on the field. We go ahead and set Welcome Labrynth, pop his other monster card, and pop his Field Spell. The Field Spell is the most powerful thing in his deck. We're going to go ahead and activate Chandelier, send Medora, and then activate Labrynth. He's going to special summon his Traptrix, the new one, the trap card that special summons itself, and it can special summon a Traptrix from the graveyard, but that doesn't matter. Every time I played up against Traptrix, guys, if you could get big bodies on field, Traptrix is very weak, right? Because they have to respond to your activations. So if you could just beat over their monsters, you'll win the duel, okay? So here's the deck list, okay? So this is what I've been running. You know, if you want to run it a different way, be my guest, right? I've seen a lot of people cut Max C. Some people have cut Ash. I feel like you still need it in the meta because Branded is still running around. Obviously, we run 3 Chandelier, 2 Cool Clock. I felt like 3 was just too much because sometimes I would just draw into 2 of them and that doesn't really work. You want to always be searching your Cool Clock or just hard draw into 1 of them. You only want 1 of them, okay? So you need 1 of each in rotation. It's never good when you see 2, but you know, it's whatever. You just deal with it when you see 2, right? We have Keldo Medora as our discard, free discard. We have Ariana as our way to go ahead into Zeus or into Dweller. And I'll explain the Zeus thing if you're going second, right? If you're able to make your opponent activate a whole bunch of cards, then you can actually go and use your Eviction Knight to pop the entire field, or you can go into DD Wave King and then go into King Duers. I forgot how to pronounce this one, and then we can go into Zeus after that when you attack, right? So there's a free 4 material Zeus in the deck, right? Perfect. We have Enthys for our 1 Dogmatica Punishment. I'm going to explain that really quickly. So the deck has 5 search spots, right? So what I mean by 5 search spots is our Lady Labrynth has 5 different options to search. A lot of decks play less options to search and more engine. You could do, it's up to you which one you want to do. I've preferred the less engine, more search, okay? So more capabilities of drawing into cards, drawing into trap cards is powerful. Being able to search any of these trap cards, right? So you either want to be searching your Eradicated Virus, your Dimension Barrier, your Gravekeeper's Trap Hole, your Dogmatica Punishment, or your Terrors of the Overroot, right? So I know it's a lot of searches for the deck, in my opinion, it sometimes gets a little tricky. If you don't run Eradicated Virus, you're gonna struggle against the mirror match. Trust me, it happens. And also you're gonna struggle against Traptrix, right? So there is that possibility, right? So anyway, guys, so this was the deck list. I do want to show you guys one more duel actually, where we maxi our opponent, he goes for full gas, and then we're just able to play through the board ridiculously. So actually, yeah, let me show that replay. Be right back. All right, so we're gonna run through this really quickly because we maxed our opponent, he had no response, and then we're just able to go crazy. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and do a whole bunch of Salamangreat plays. We don't really care about the Salamangreat plays. What we do care about is that maxi right there, because that maxi wins us the duel. He's gonna continue playing, thinking he's able to beat us. We draw into Medora, we draw into Stovey. Right here, technically I should have Stovey, send Medora to shuffle back his trap card, but I was like, you know what, let me just let him play. Let me wait till I draw into Stovey, because then I could probably show you guys the full combo in a video where I actually pull it off online. I did pull it off one time, but unfortunately I had lost that duel, so you know, it is what it is. It was against Sword Soul, I believe, and he had set up Protos, and his Protos just kept on, it was ridiculous to get rid of Protos. So I had lost that duel because of that, and he hard drew into Taya, which won him the duel because we cleared his field and all he had was Protos, and he hard drew his only card into Taya, and I was like, okay, yeah, I lost. Nothing I could do here. All right, so here we go. So on our opponent's turn, in their end phase, we were able to set up Lady, set up Welcome, and set up Big Welcome. Talk to me nice. Okay, so we got two special summons on my turn, right? So we're gonna go ahead and activate Extravagance, normal summon Ariana. We're gonna go ahead and send our Big Welcome. I wanted to special summon Clockwork to the field because we still have the ability to go into Ariana at any time with our Welcome or a Big Welcome. We're gonna go ahead and activate Labrynth. He's gonna activate Roar to stop my Labrynth. There's no way to bring the field spell back. We're gonna go ahead and activate Mudcracker since we have Lovely in the graveyard. Yeah, you see Lovely is going to come back to the field right now, and then we still have access to both of our trap cards. Remember, we have not special summoned with our trap cards yet. We're going to go ahead and activate Big Welcome to bounce. Stovey is going to activate when the bounce happens, and Chandelier is activating as well, so we can add those back to our hand, right? This is complete gas, man. My opponent can't do anything about this, and at the end of this turn, I can literally set 5 and pass. We're gonna go ahead and activate Welcome Labrynth so we can get another card on field. Remember, I told you guys that, you know, I wanted a flex spot, so here's my flex spot. Gravekeeper's Trap. We're gonna special summon Lady, attack his Salamangreat. I 100% should have shuffled back this monster right here, but I forgot to. And we're just gonna hit him for 28, 29, 3,000, 3,000, leave him with 3,700, and now we just set 5 and pass, right? There's no way for my opponent to win this duel now. Absolutely no way. It's done and dusted, bro. I have all 5 of my interruption traps set, and I still have access to my other Welcome Labrynth if I wanted to, and we could actually get Cool Clock back from the graveyard into my hand to activate it, to activate Welcome Labrynth. So I have 2 special summons possibly, and we have Big Welcome on field already. Yeah, man. So you're just gonna have to scoop this one up. This one was not good for you, okay? So he's gonna activate an effect in the graveyard. We can activate Gravekeeper's Trap. Stop that. We're gonna go ahead and activate Punishment. Activate our Lady. He's gonna go ahead and try to special summon from his hand once his Salamangreat leaves the field. I know I felt comfortable with this because he doesn't have a way to get rid of his field spell, which means that Evenly Match is not live, right? So be wary of Evenly Match. So if I knew that I was scared of Evenly Match actually, so I did set Eradicated Epidemic Virus because that's how you dodge Evenly Match, okay? Eradicated Epidemic Virus. It's actually a pretty cool combo where if they go into battle phase, as soon as they declare battle, you put your Eradicator on field and just declare traps, pop their Evenly Match in their hand. Big brain plays, okay? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and activate Lovely to pop a card in his hand. He's going to activate Gazelle, which is so funny because Gazelle is going to be able to come to the field and we're just going to pop the last card in his hand, right? Welcome Labrynth is going to set itself back, and he's gonna try to activate his Spinny in the graveyard, I believe. We could activate Imperm on the Gazelle, because why not? Just to be able to stop this from sending anything from the deck to the graveyard. And then he's gonna try to activate Spinny to get some gas. We're gonna activate Terror of the Overroot to send his Gazelle to the graveyard and special summon Spinny in a set position, right? So it's not special summon. That's why I like Terras over Iron Dragon, because Iron Dragon can be responded to with Rukalos. Terras cannot. You can activate Terras, send Rukalos to the graveyard, and then set the card, right? Because it doesn't say special summon. Iron Dragon says special summon. Yes, you get the banish, but you don't get the you don't get the negate protection, which is what Terras give you. Okay, all right. So onto the combo. Actually, I think this video is way too long, right? So hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy Jay Pizzy. Stay blessed, stay highly favored. I'm gonna continue playing with the Labrynth deck a little bit. So yeah, have a good one. Peace.